But here we're going to do some coding of the FEM body module on the M235. Got E-Sys running. We're going to connect to the car, which usually takes quite a bit of time. The laptop isn't exactly fast. We'll walk you through the process here. And for my F22, you select the 20 option, click connect. And eventually it will connect. There you go. I always leave that checkbox on so I can confirm when I connect to the car. So now we're going to choose read the FA, and then we're going to read the SVT as well. So I tend to collapse the ones that I'm not working on. Just to get to the one that I'm most interested in. On the other tab I have my spreadsheet of stuff that I plan on coding. So I prepared that before I started all this. So now in here you select the folder and you right click that to read the coding data. Then you're going to expand that CAD folder and right click that guy. Then you're going to edit the FDL, which also takes a little time. And there you go. So now you got a lot of options in here. Go back to my spreadsheet. I'm looking at the number in the module and then the actual what the key is. So we can find the number and expand it. And you expand the function folder, and there's all your keys. So go back to the spreadsheet and look up what we're looking here. I'll try to highlight what I'm looking at. So I'll verify that's the guy. There he is. So expand it, and then now we have the value for it, and you can right click that, edit it. Gives you a little drop down, and I'm just changing that from not active to active for that key. And I'm going to do the rest of these as well. So E-Sys can be got online. I'm not going to go into how you do that, but you can Google that. You can also Google how to get a token. All that stuff is out of scope. I'm not going to tell you how to do that here. But I'm just going to show you what I've done for mine. Basically what I did, quite a while ago I changed my car to be English UK. The navigation, I like the accent, and the navigation is a lot more polite. So I coded that quite a while ago, but what I've noticed is a lot of the functions for the navigation and just the iDrive in general have a n.t.a instead of the actual text, and I think that's a no text available message. So I got kind of tired of looking at that, so I coded everything back. These two modules, the FEM module and the HUNBT module, I just did a default code on them, not the code default, just a generic code. And that'll code what your FA is to bring them back to stock. Then now in this video, I'm just putting back all the options that I had on it before. So some of these have values like this one here. This is the delay for the mirror folding when you lock the car. It's normally like a second and a half. If you put your thumb on the lock and hold it there for a second and a half, then the mirrors will fold. But this is the value to change to 300 milliseconds instead, so you're not hanging onto the car for what seems like an eternity to have your mirrors fold when you lock. So that's what that one was. So this is all just the basic process. You just find your code, find your numbers for the modules. All the key value pairs are in here. There's, well, as you can see, there's a lot of them. And the cheat code, the F22, this is what I'm working on, is the F22. The cheat code's available online. You can Google all this kind of stuff and find out what codes you need to change to do what you want to do, like digital speed and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do. So this is just putting everything back to where it was before I returned it back to stock. It's actually a fair amount of changes I do to it. I like a lot of the things that happen. Being able to close everything with the fob, that's what's going on here now. Hot summer days, I like to put my fob out. I can see my car outside. I unlock the car and hold the unlock, and it opens the windows and the sunroof. And then at the same time, I can lock it and hold the lock, and it'll close the car up again. So that's a convenient that I like. I use all the time in the summer. So you're starting to see that it's all pretty standard stuff, not active and active. So you just right click it, edit it, turns into a Dropbox, change it. When we're done with this module, we'll go ahead and save it, and then we'll just show you the process to actually write it to the car. Some of these modules have a lot of functions, and some of them don't have hardly any at all. Make sure you got the right one. Changing it not active to active. I do it over there. I think there's other ways you can do it as well, but it helps to have everything kind of sorted too. I didn't have everything sorted in order here, but probably going to do it a little bit quicker. But so I think we got one more here to do. Which one are we doing here? Oh yes. When you unlock the door, or when you turn your car off, you don't have to turn the button off twice. You can just open your door and it'll complete shutting it off. Which I found having to push the button to turn the engine off and then pushing it again to turn the car off, I found that to be very annoying. So this particular key, there you go. Now I hit the save button. It'll take a while too. My laptop's kind of it's a few years old now. It'll take a little while to save it. So when you're done changing all your values, you hit the save and wait till it finishes saving. And then you're going to go over there and hit the back button. And then over here in this section here, you're going to code FDL. And of course, you got to activate the FA as well. You can do that right from the beginning, activate it, and it stays active. But you want to activate the FA, which is the build sheet. And then the file, we already wrote the file. As we're changing the settings, it actually writes that file locally. There we go. It's activated, so now we can go back and code the FDL. And so it's all in German, but you get the idea what it's doing. And depending on what module you're coding, your iDrive will reboot and things like that. And sometimes you will generate error codes. So it is a good idea to have a tool that you can clear your codes. So there, we're finished in so many seconds and blah blah blah, and you close this, so then you have a green message. So green is good. Succeeded. So there, close that and disconnect the car. And confirm the closed connection. And that'll be coding complete for that module. Now I'll show you how this works. This is the 300 millisecond. This is a 300 millisecond delay when you lock the car. So I'm going to put my finger on there. You're going to hear something, and then right away, the mirrors are folding. And just open it up again. Here's another example of starting the car. So fire it up. Car's running. Doors are closed. Car's running. Shut it off. One push. And then I'm going to open the door. Instead of hitting that button twice to shut it off, I'm going to open the door and funk, car's off.